think I'm going up. Good luck there. And try it.
From Belmont High School in Decatur, Indiana. Welcome to Sectional 23 semifinal action here in Decatur. We're going to go ahead and get things underway. We're experiencing some major technical difficulties here this evening, but we're working around it. We will be live here this afternoon. We are broadcasting off my phone, so there will be no graphics, and I hope you can hear okay. We're just kind of doing this on the fly here this afternoon. Hopefully, if Norwell wins, we'll have a more quality broadcast here as we head into Friday. We're having some computer issues still updating, so that's the situation here this afternoon. Here are the starting lineups as we're getting on air a little late. We're just about set to go. Norwell will send Kohler, Waybright, Glasgow to the plate here in the top of the first. They'll be followed by Clark, Bohada, Bragi, and then Lewison, Costello, and Leidig in the bottom third of the order. For Marion, defensively, here's how they line it up. Dre Aguilar in left, Anthony Reynolds in center, Tyrus Brown in right. On the infield, Riley Russell at third, Logan Wagner at short, Brock Allgood at second, Jaden Fisher at first, Jaquan Reeves behind the plate. And starting on the mound today for Marion is Trey Cox for the Giants, who starts today and gets the starting call here for Marion. Comes in today's game with a record of 8-12, and Bob Ratchlow calls the first pitch a strike, and we are underway here this afternoon in the sectional quarterfinal at Marion. The batter is Caleb Kohler. He takes a strike to lead things off, as he's been a solid leadoff hitter all season long for Norwell. Takes a ball just below the knees, and it's a ball and a strike, over but low on another fastball. Back-to-back fastballs here to start it off the right arm of Trey Cox, who comes into today's game with a record of 2-1. Could say the ace of the Giants staff. 3.79 ERA on the season. He misses outside with an off-speed pitch to even the count at 2-1. 34 strikeouts to just 7 walks on the season for Cox. So good numbers. Kohler comes in hitting .344 for Norwell here on the season. Leads the team in stolen bags as well. 2-1 pitch, fastball hammered to center. Going back into the gap is Anthony Reynolds. It's over his head, and it's going to bounce all the way to the wall. Kohler rounding into second with a lead-off double, and the Knights have their first runner in scoring position. Well, Kohler clocked it right off the bat. Reynolds had no chance at getting to it in the air, and Kohler cruises in with his 10th double of the season. He leads Norwell in doubles in that category. Norwell has doubled now for the 52nd time on the season, so averaging a couple a game, and already a runner in scoring position here in the top half of the first. Garrett Waybright, another senior, steps in for Norwell. Waybright on the season, a .291 hitter as a senior, has hovered around the 300 mark most of the season, takes a fastball high off the arm of Trey Cox, and Kohler not likely to be on the move here, but Norwell has stolen 42 bags on the season, again averaging about a stolen base and a half a game. Cox comes set at the letters. Kohler leads away from second, just a medium-sized lead. Ground ball sharply, two-hopper to short. Wagner makes the play and throws to first, and one is gone here in the top of the first, but the runner advances 90 feet closer. So Waybright gets the job done, grounds out 6-3, and Kohler 90 feet away from scoring Norwell's first run. And Belden Glasgow going to be the man to get the chance here for the Knights here this afternoon. Belden is .387. That's a team best. 9 doubles as well. Second in the team in runs driven in, 22 on the season in 25 games. And Cox comes to the plate. First pitch is a spinner foul right towards third base side. That's where we're set up here this afternoon. This is Derek Decker on the call. This is courtesy of WellsCountyVoice.com, and hopefully you can hear us and we're all good to go. Of course, again, no graphics, but glad to be along with you here for the ride this afternoon. No balls and 1 strike to Glasgow. Kohler at third and 1 out here top of the first. An off-speed pitch called a strike, outer edge, and he's ahead of Glasgow 0-2. Belden's not a guy that gets behind in a lot of counts. He normally is able to swing at first pitches. He's a guy that is not all that patient, although has walked 12 times on the season. And the 0-2 dives inside. It's a ball and 2 strikes to Glasgow as Belden continues to work the count here top of the first. Kohler in foul ground. Not a big lead off of third. Marion not holding him on. And the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball to the right side. This will get the run in, and it is into right field. Past a diving Brock Allgood at second, and the Knights are on the board first. They lead it 1-0. An RBI single off the bat of Belden Glasgow gives Norwell the early lead here in the top of the first. And Ian Clark will step in now for Norwell. Ian wears number 11 for Norwell. On the season, a .325 hitter. Ian is sporting the Norwell Road uniforms, which is navy blue, Vegas gold numbers and trim, and gray pants. Marion in their home gold with purple trim, white numbers and letters, and white pants. And the pitch is grounded toward the left side and under the glove of the third baseman, Riley Russell. That'll be an error. E5 on the play, and the Knights have a couple of base runners on again here with one out in the first. So officially E5 on the play. Belden moves on over to second, and Clark is at first. And the batter now is Christian Bohata for the Knights. Keep in mind, we will not have any sponsors this afternoon, not capable of bringing any of those advertisements to you with the complicated setup we've had here this afternoon. It's really a miracle we're online with you at all here today. Again, broadcasting off of my phone here at Belmont. The first pitch, off speed, called a strike. Late strike call by Bob Ratchlow, who's behind the dish. And Cox is trying to limit the damage here in the top of the first. Norwell trying to pour things on and extend a nice cushion here as Christian Bohata will take the mound in the bottom of the first. That dives down. The pitch is in the dirt. The throw down to third as the runners are on the move is not in time. It'll be a wild pitch, and both runners advance into scoring position. And so Norwell now is in good shape here with just one out still. Fly ball would get the job done. Bohata leads the team in RBIs with 23 on this season. Belden tied him with that RBI single with one out here in the top of the first, drove in the first run of the ball game. That's where we sit right now. It's a 1-0 game in favor of Norwell here. 1-1 as Cox comes set at the belt. It's a ground ball right down the line. It spins fair, and Belden is at third. And now the Knights have runners caught up between second and third. I thought maybe it hit his foot. Clark's going to get back to second. He's safe, much to the chagrin of the Marion faithful, as I think the Knights caught a break. I thought that might have caught Bohata in the foot, and there was some confusion on the play. It spun back fair. Originally started out foul, and Clark is very lucky to be back at second base here. Coach Andy McClain is calling for a courtesy runner. Eli Riley out there to run for Ian Clark. So the ground out goes 3 unassisted. The Knights very fortunate to still have runners in scoring position here. I think Belden thought the same thing. It went off of Bohata's foot, but Christian did not seem to hold up or anything. And so we're going to assume it did not. And so Riley out there at second now for the Knights. The batter is Garrison Breggy, and he takes a ball in the dirt. 15th pitch off of Trey Cox here in the top of the first. The Knights trying to threaten and add to their 1-0 lead with 2 out. Lewison waits on deck. The Knights have sent 6 batters to the plate here in the first inning. Cox checks both runners, takes a long look, now comes to the plate. A fastball is called a strike, inner edge right at the knees, a good spot, and it's 1-1. Bob Ratchlow, a very delayed strike call, but a very solid strike zone. He has been an umpire for a long time in the Fort Wayne area. Off speed, that misses outside as it was just belt high, but off the plate. 2 balls and a strike to Garrison.
Let's go, Breggy.
Breggy had a great start to the season, struggled it a little bit towards the back half, and then kind of rebounded towards the end of the season. 375 coming into the sectional. Lines this one up the middle, into center field. 1 run is in. Riley's going to score. It's a 2-run single. And Breggy gives Norwell a 3-0 lead here in the top of the first. Well, it was a line drive right up the middle. The second baseman, Brock Allgood, gave a good run at it, but it was past his glove, and it's the third Norwell hit of the inning. Breggy tallies 2 RBIs, and the Knights have a nice 3-0 cushion here in the top of the first. Cole Lewison will stand in now for Norwell. Cole on the season is DHing here tonight, a .256 hitter, so second to last in that department. Everybody pretty consistently solid, and they've got the runner picked off between first and second, and Brady is out at second base. So Garrison is picked off after the 2-run single, but the Knights get 3 in the top of the first. That'll do it. The Norwell faithful pleased with the result. We go to the bottom of the first. Knights leading 3-0 on WellsCountyVoice.com. Now, welcome back to Belmont. The delay here between innings is Garrison Bragy's being taped up by the athletic trainer here at Belmont. Garrison has a fairly significant cut at the knee. It's under the pants, but it's kind of bleeding through, so they're trying to tend to that before this half inning begins. So a lot of standing around going on. We'll let you know how Norwell lines it up defensively this afternoon. Left to right in the outfield, it's Corbin Costello in left, Caleb Kohler in center, Levi Leidig in right. On the infield for the Knights at the corners, Glasgow at third, House at first, up the middle, Bragi and Waybright. Clark gets the start behind the dish, and Bohada on the mound. Got some. For Norwell. Christian, on the season, here's his numbers. He has been the ace of the staff for the Knights, and rightfully so, as him and Mann kind of vie for that spot. But Christian with the experience, and that's what Coach McLean going with. Expected to use him only for a couple of innings, as he is on a pitch count this evening, with him planning on being used in Friday's semifinal, which will likely be against Jay County, but it'll be taking on the winner of Jay County or Ole Miss. Bohada has thrown in 36 2/3 innings on the season, a record of 6-3, ERA of 3.63, 43 Ks, 29 walks in 12 games here on the season. He also got a save up at the Garrett Invitational in the semifinal against Lures, a 4-3 victory for Norwell. The leadoff batter for Marion here in the bottom of the first is Anthony Reynolds, and he takes a strike on the inside corner from Christian. Bohada, a guy that works quick and pounds the zone, an off speed, a cut and a miss, and he's quickly ahead of Reynolds 0-2. Norwell 3 runs on 3 hits in the top of the first. There was a Marion error. They left nobody on as Bragi was picked off trying to go to second. A ball down to Reynolds as he tried a swing and miss pitch and could not get Reynolds to chase. 1-2. Christian really, as soon as he gets that baseball back, he's back to work on the mound. He's into the line. The 1-2 offering. Swing and a miss, a breaking ball, and it's picked out of the dirt by Ian Clark. And one is gone here in the bottom of the first. So a 4-pitch strikeout for Bohada here to the leadoff batter Anthony Reynolds, who did come into the ball game 324 on the season, and now the 2-hitter is Brock Allgood. Allgood, a 351 hitter, a junior heavy squad for Marion. And the first pitch he sees is a fastball at the knees, called a strike. Bohada finding his spots early, finding the strike zone. Just missed below the knees. Sometimes that pitch is given at the high school level, but it has not been given a couple of tries tonight by either pitcher. The 1-1 now. There's a strike on the outer edge. Allgood gave him a funky look as he thought maybe it was a skosh off the plate, but he's behind in the count 1-2. Bases empty, 1 out, off-speed pitch in the dirt, and Allgood is able to hold 2 balls, 2 strikes. Marion coming off an 8-12 campaign. They defeated Eastbrook in the regular season finale 13-3. That pitch is up and away, and it'll fill the count at 3-2. Payoff pitch is popped up into shallow center. This is going to be right at Kohler. He'll haul it in, and 2 are out here in the bottom of the first. So a quick couple of outs for Christian Bohada as he's cruising along so far through 2 batters on 10 pitches. And Logan Wagner, the batter now for Marion. Wagner had a hit in the regular season matchup between these 2 teams as he swings and misses at the first pitch. Norwell won the last matchup 7-2. That was back in April on a frigid afternoon in Grant County. Norwell winning that ball game by a margin of 5. They've not lost to Marion in a number of years. They lead the 5-year series 2-0. Last year was rained out, and they met in 2016 down at Marion, a 12-0 Norwell victory. That was the regular season finale for both teams in that year as well. Wagner's behind, and it's 1-2 now. And Bohada's looking for a 1-2-3 first. Here after being spotted 3 runs in the top of the inning, he leads it. And the 1-2 pitch off speed just missed off the plate, and Clark was a couple of steps towards the dugout as he thought he had it just off the plate. Now we're situated third base side at ground level, a little below the plate actually, so it's very difficult to tell in and out here. That fastball's driven foul out of play, and it'll keep the count at 2-2. So, again, very difficult to tell as far as balls and strikes here. There's an off-speed, well up and away, and the second full count of the inning for Marion hitters. Bohada got the last batter Allgood to pop out on a 3-2 count. And here's the situation again, and he pops another one up. This one foul territory back over the grandstand bleachers here at Belmont and into the parking lot on a high hop. A large set of bleachers behind the plate is here all season long, and then 2 temporary sets of bleachers down the third base line filled with Norwell fans today. 3-2 again. Chase the fastball up and in, and the side is retired. 2 strikeouts and a pop out for Bohada in the bottom of the first. We go to the second. Norwell leading 3-0 on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network. Now, welcome back to Sectional 23, quarterfinal game number 1 here at Belmont. We're in the top of the second. Norwell leading at 3-0 off of 3 first-inning hits for the Knights. A double to lead things off for Caleb Kohler. That was followed by a RBI single from Belden Glasgow and then a 2-run single from Breggy, and that's how we've got to where we're at. It was a 1-2-3 first. Cole Lewison, the leadoff batter, grounds the first pitch weakly towards third. A throw on a hop to Jaden Fisher at first off the arm of Riley Russell. It was a charging play, a two-hopper, and then he threw it, kind of spiked it into the ground, but Cole Lewison went out with a lot of speed, grounds out on the first pitch he sees. Lewison out 5-3 on the first pitch of the second inning, and Corbin Costello will step in from the right side for the Knights. Wears number 5. Corbin on the season, a .341 hitter, had limited chances beginning of the season and has gotten a ton more opportunities, a lot of reps, as he's been the man to go to in left field for Norwell here over the last half of the season. Takes a fastball, thigh high, called a strike, inner edge, on the first pitch of the at-bat, and that pitch hits him, I believe. It just grazed him in the back, right over the number. The pitch was actually behind him, and I think it just slipped out of his hand, and Costello's aboard with 1 out. So the hit by pitch puts Corbin at first, and the 9-hitter Levi Leidig will step in, right fielder, as he has been all season for Norwell. At times will be in center, depends on the pitching rotation. Sometimes Kohler will come in to play short or third with Garrison or Belden on the mound, and Leidig commands the outfield then. Levi likely to be in control of the outfield next year. That's what we expect, at least, him to be in center field for a team that returns a lot of players but is going to lose a group of 5 strong seniors. First pitch Levi sees, he pops up, foul territory, and out of play. We're looking straight into the sun here at Belmont. It still hasn't set too low in the sky, so it's not too bad unless it's a pop-up, and that particular one was. But not much of a breeze, just a light one, barely enough to move the flag out in right field today. Not a factor at all here in the ballpark here at Belmont. 0-1 pitch to Levi, called a low strike, very bottom of the zone. And it's 0-2. But this has been a familiar sight for sectional and regional games. Same again this year, Sectional 23, Regional 6. This is the host site for both of those events. No balls, 2 strikes to Leidig. Costello at first. That pitch is tagged into left field on a line, and Aguilar's going to play it on a hop. I thought Dre might have an opportunity to come up and get the baseball. Instead, he settled to play it on a hop. It's a base hit for Leidig, and 2 are on with 1 out. That was kind of tomahawked, a high fastball, and it dropped right in front of Aguilar out there in medium left. And Caleb Kohler, the top of the order, as they turn over the lineup card, will step in here with 1 out in the top of the second inning. Norwell trying to add to their 3-0 lead here in the second. They will play the winner of Mississinawa, Jay County, 5:30 Friday night here at Belmont. All games will be at Belmont in the sectional. The first baseman pinched in. That ball is hammered again, left field line. That ball is fair, and it drops all the way into the corner. 1 run is across, Levi being held at third, and Kohler has his second double of the day. He gets an RBI and makes it 4-0. Well, Norwell is just having no trouble right now finding the fastball from Trey Cox. They have not been fooled at all this afternoon. A quick meeting on the infield by the players, the coaching staff not involved in that particular meeting, trying to give a word of encouragement to Trey Cox, who's out there already giving up 4 runs on 5 hits here, top of the second. But this is the best Marion has on the hill. So we'll see if they make a change. It does not appear that they're ready to do that. They're going to try to squeeze him home. It's a butt towards third, gloved by Cox, and he's not going to get anybody. Everybody's safe. Leidig scores. Kohler goes to third. It's an RBI for the senior, Garrett Waybright. He makes it 5-0. A bunt single on a squeeze. It was another nice bunt. Cox made a nice play to get to the baseball, gloved it, and then couldn't figure out where to throw it as he took a look at Kohler streaking to third, and then by that time, Waybright with good speed, he had no chance at getting by the time he took a look at him, and Garrett very well could be on the move with 1 out here. That's the 6th Norwell hit of the ball game, and Glasgow, a dangerous hitter, steps in. Waybright on the move, first pitch, it's in the dirt. It'll be a stolen base anyway, as Garrett would have had the bag stolen. And so he'll be credited with the stolen base. It's a 1-0 count. Hitters count here for Belden, and they're going to put him on. Glasgow has intentionally walked here to load the bases with 1 out, and I like that move by Gabe Wagner for the Giants. as you want to put the force anywhere. Now, the danger that comes along with that is the fact that if you allow Norwell to get a gap shot here, that could make it 8-0 and all but put it out of reach here, and we're already in the top of the second. So Clark, it will stand in. Ian, the cleanup hitter for Norwell, the catcher, reached on the air by the third baseman Russell the last time up. Cox will go out of the wind, and the first pitch is lifted in the air to left. This is shallow. Coming on is Aguilar. Makes the catch. The runner is tagging, but he stops. The throw is a little up the line, and Clark will have a fly out, and 2 are out now. And that's where the situation comes in common. Now you've got a force anywhere, 2 out, and so not a bad move there at all by Coach Gabe Wagner as he gets Clark to be retired here. Thought that ball might drop, held up a little for Aguilar. And the batter's Christian Bohata. Christian grounded out, unassisted out by the first baseman Jaden Fisher. It started foul and spun back fair, confused some Norwell base runners. And the first pitch is high at the letters. No place to put Bohata. And there's the other drawback of intentionally walking Glasgow here with 1 out in the inning is now you've got no chance to issue a base on balls here to Bohata without forcing in a run. And that's ball 2, just below the left 2-0. Cox has thrown 30 pitches, 19 for strikes. Bohata sits at 18 after throwing a perfect first. It took him a couple of full counts, a 4-pitch at bat, a 6-pitch at bat, and an 8-pitch at bat. Fouls this pitch off as he just caught a piece of it. It went back to the backstop. 2 balls and a strike to Bohata. Garrison Breggy is on deck for Norwell. And then Cole Lewison if the Knights get to him. But there are 2 out here in the top of the second. 2 runs across. It's 5-0 Knights. That's out. Ooh, that's called a strike. Top of the zone, right on the corner, 2-2. And again, it kind of jumped on that. And it's difficult to tell in or out here from our vantage point. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases juice, top of the second. That's an off-speed pitch, and it'll fill the count.
That was just a little bit higher.
So the payoff pitch will come to Bohata. Glasgow at first. Waybright leading away from second. Kohler from third. Runners are on the move early. Payoff pitch. Ooh, it was high, and he got him to chase it. He pops it up into center field. Cruising over is Reynolds, and he jumps to make the catch. And if he doesn't make the grab there, Norwell gets 3 runs. And Marion very fortunate as the Knights leave the bases loaded. But Norwell gets 2 more. They make it 5-0 as we're through an inning and a half. We go to the bottom of the second. Marion sitting their middle third to bat. It's Norwell baseball on WellsCountyVoice.com. Yeah, welcome back to the Sectional 23 quarterfinal game number 1 here at Belmont. And Tyrus Brown will lead things off for Marion here. He'll stand in from the left side, the right fielder for the Giants, the cleanup hitter. Brown on the season is a team best 452, had not struck out in the first 12 games of the season, 10 walks to no strikeouts. Great numbers for Tyrus Brown, and we'll see if Norwell respects that, as the first pitch was nowhere close to the strike zone. He tried a first pitch breaking ball and missed well down and out. That's at the bottom of the zone, called a strike. Brown did not like the call. It's a ball and a strike. No graphics, no ads here this afternoon, but it's baseball, so what can we be frustrated about? That just missed off the plate. 2 balls and a strikes in tournament baseball at that. Off speed, line into left center, a base hit, and that's what Brown has done all season long. The best hitter for the Giants is aboard to lead off the bottom of the second. As the first hit of the ball game for Marion, Norwell has tallied 6 through 2 innings of offensively, and Trey Cox will step in for Marion. Cox wears number 9. Trey, of course, the starting pitcher here this afternoon. 310 at the dish on the year. First pitch high and tight, and Cox bailing out of the box. And Brown at first out there has stolen a number of bags. In fact, leads the team in stolen bases on the season. That pitch misses down and away, and he's behind a Cox 2-0. Here Bohada got to pound the zone with a 5-run lead. It's all about throwing strikes. There's a strike, pops it up, out of play, 2-1. RBI double for Kohler and a squeeze single for Waybright, the RBIs in the top of the second. 2-1 just low, and it's 3-1 to Cox now. Marion trying to put something together here in the bottom of the second inning. And the payoff pitch is in the dirt. And it'll be a walk. And the first 2 are aboard here in the bottom of the second inning, and Norwell pitching coach Dave Goodmiller is out of the dugout to come and talk to Bohada before Jaquan Reeves comes to the plate for Marion. And Reeves is not a good hitter. He, in fact, through 14 games on the season, had only hit 13 times, so not a lot of at-bats or opportunities for Reeves on the year, but he'll step in now. Goodmiller still on the mound talking to his entire infield. Bob Ratchlow out there to break up the conversation. The Knights have allowed a hit and a walk here in the bottom of the second inning. Marion has not scored. In fact, their first 2 base runners of the ball game after they went down in order in the bottom of the first inning. Norwell got 3 in the top of the first, 2 in the second. It's a 5-0 Norwell lead. 5 runs on 6 hits. They left the bases loaded in the top of the second, did Norwell. And Bohada ready to go back to work now. And through those 14 games, only 1 hit out of 13 tries. So not good numbers on the year, and he misses. And if you're Bohada, you absolutely have to throw him a strike. I mean, you've got to make him hit the baseball here. There's a foul ball out of play. And it's 1-1 to Reeves. But yeah, Norwell, Bohada has had his struggles at times this year. He's been at times inconsistent, but pretty efficient still. Off-speed pitch, finished just high, 2 balls and a strike. Riley Russell waits on deck for Marion as try to put something together and get on the board here. Threatening for the first time, though. Back pick to second, he throws it into center field. And Tyrus Brown was not quick back to the bag. I don't know if Norwell would have had a shot at getting him, but sliding in head first, had no chance to get up and make it to second. Kohler quickly to back it up, so no error. And now the 2-1, and he misses high and tight, and it's 3-1. You gotta wonder how long Bohada will last in the ball game with the expected to be pitching on Friday, and that may change. Coach McLean may change that here at some point here in the sectional. 3-1, swing and a miss, and it's 3-2.
Help him out, defense!
So 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Cox at first, Brown at second. Payoff pitch, lifted on the infield. This will be an infield fly as Braggy is camped under it. He's onto the grass, and he makes the catch anyway, and 1 is out. So the runners will be forced to hold as Bohada tries to work out of this second inning. And Riley Russell is the batter. Russell on the year, again, just one hit through the first 14 games. It's all the stats that Marion had provided. So the first half of the season is basically what we're looking at. A little more than that. Actually, first 3/4. Misses again on the first pitch to Russell. And his misses have not been particularly close. It's not like he's getting squeezed in the inning. There's a strike, felt high. Christian takes a look at the runner at second, now twice, and comes to the plate. 1-1, sliced foul, out of play. And it's a ball and 2 strikes, 1 out. It's not been a quick game by any stretch of the imagination. We've had a lot of quick games at the end of the season for Norwell. They had a lot of games under 90 minutes. This one not on pace for that at all. There's a ground ball to second. Could be 2. Waybright flipped to second for 1. The ball is bobbled. And James Payne is calling it on the transfer. And I don't know if Brady ever had that baseball. And that's Norwell's going to get a break there. So the runner at second, Trey Cox, is out. And Marion faithful are not happy at all, as they're going to talk about it. But there's no way you can really overturn that. I mean, that's James Payne's call. The dugout is going crazy. And so some confusion here. Gabe Wagner asking for an appeal. And the umpires will convene. Trey Cox is actually going back to second base here. But I don't think they've changed the call. Coach Andy McLean and Coach Eric Morgan now out of the dugout. James Payne is discussing things. And now we're going to discuss with the first base umpire. They're going to talk about it.
Here we go, 7. We need you, bud.
Bob Ratchlow chasing Andy McLean back to the dugout. There are coaches and umpires all over the field here at this point. It looked like the original call was out.
Come on, bud.
Now all 3 umpires are convened and talking. The original call was out on a transfer, as James Payne called it that Breggy was trying to release the ball and throw to first, and he originally controlled it with the bare hand. Now, at least from this vantage point, it did not look like he ever had control of the baseball, and it at least looks like the bases should be loaded. This is a tough call to overturn from an umpire standpoint, because, you know, other guys have other responsibilities looking at the play. So James Payne's really the only one looking at the play in that situation. So now they come away, and James Payne's going to talk to Wagner. Yeah, and he's still going to be out. So Marion's not going to like the call, but the fact of the matter is, it's just so difficult to overturn that call after it was originally made. So the Knights get a real break. It'll be a fielder's choice to allow Russell to reach. And out on the transfer is the official call. So 4-6, and Cox is forced out. And so runners on the corners with 2 out. The batter is Jaden Fisher, the 8-hitter. The first baseman takes a ball high and tight, and Christian's still struggling to find the strike zone consistently. He's already thrown 38 pitches through an inning and 2/3 here so far. There's a swing and a miss as Fisher behind the fastball, 1-1. So Marion may not get anything. That ball sliced to right, but right at Leidig, and he'll haul it in. And Marion's going to come up with nothing. In the bottom of the second inning, they leave 2. They had first and second with nobody out and failed to score, and Norwell will take the 5-0 lead to the 3rd inning. Back in a minute. This is Norwell Baseball on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network. Top of the third here at Belmont. Breggy, Lewis, and Costello due up for the Knights. Breggy will lead things off. He is 1 for 1, 2-run single back in the top of the first as he singled to center. And he'll still be facing Trey Cox, who's out there for his third inning work despite giving up 5 through the first 2 on 6 hits. Deals a fastball, and that ball is pulled foul and out of play. Hit well. That is 310 down the right field line, which would be pulled for Breggy, the lefty. 365 to center, 310 again to left here. So very similar dimensions to Norwell. And Breggy swings and misses with a smile, and it's 0-2. The pitch was up and away. Norwell has scored in both of their offensive innings here so far. 0-2. Yeah, it's fouled straight back and out of play. So 3 foul balls here in the at-bat for Breggy. That's 0-2. Nobody is out. Bases are empty. The leadoff batter in the top of the third. Pitch is just high. Reeves tried to frame it. We're already 40 minutes into the ball game, only through 2 complete. So it is in for a long night. The second game scheduled to start at 7:30, but having a hard time believing that'll happen unless this game is done early. That ball popped up to the left side, going towards foul territory in shallow left, and making a grab behind his back was Logan Wagner, the shortstop, all the way at the line. Well, Marion has not been solid on fly balls here so far. But you can just feel a drop coming at some point. I mean, that was, not an easy spot by any stretch of the imagination, but Marion defense has not looked comfortable popping or fielding a pop-up all evening long, and Cole Lewison will step in with 1 out. It's a swing and a miss on a breaking pitch, and that's only the first or second time we've seen Cox come with a first pitch breaking ball. The 1 called a strike on the outer edge. Cox working ahead of both batters here in the top of the third inning. He's only thrown 41 pitches. Bohetta has thrown 40 through 2. The 0-2. That's a breaking pitch. Lewison thought about giving chase, but was able to hold as the pitch was well down and out. Costello waits on deck for Norwell. This is the first quarter final in this sectional, and a swing and a miss. And Lewison is out on strikes, 2 gone. It's not a Norwell team that strikes out a lot at all. In fact, only a couple times a game in the last week. I don't think they struck out more than 3 times in any single game all week long. Costello the batter.
Yep, I guess so. Thanks.
Corbin hit by a pitch the first time up. Flies one deep to left and back at the wall, and it's off the wall. Dre Aguilar could not get there. It's a 2-out double as Costello's into second with a head-first slide. That's the 7th Norwell hit of the ball game. Had difficulty tracking that one off the bat as the sun continues to get worse here from our vantage point. But it one hopped the wall out there. And now Levi Leidig all of a sudden has a 2-out RBI opportunity. Cox comes set at the belt, and the first pitch, that's low. Just missed down. Jaquan Reeves has held a lot of pitches, tried to frame them and show them to Bob Ratchlow behind the plate here so far this afternoon. For the most part, has not gotten a whole lot of calls. It's been a fairly tight zone so far. And Cox will step off the back of the rubber. Top of the order waits on deck if Norwell can get there. Leidig will have to reach for that to happen. And Kohler, who has doubled twice, waits there. That 1-0 is lined to center, but right at Anthony Reynolds. And he'll make the grab, and that'll retire the side. A 2-out double for Costello, but the Knights get nothing else. They leave him at second, and we go to the bottom of the third. Norwell up 5-0 on WellsCountyVoice.com. . Well, back here at Belmont, we enter the bottom of the third. Bohada back out to the hill for inning number 3 of work. And it'll be Dre Aguilar to lead things off for Marion. Aguilar, the left fielder, 308 hitter, bats in the 9 hole. Be followed by the top of the order, Reynolds and Allgood, both of whom were sat down in the bottom of the first, rather. First pitch is grounded towards the shortstop. Pretty routine for Breggy, and Aguilar beats it out. And I think Breggy did not respect the speed of Dre Aguilar. It'll be ruled a base hit. The second hit, an infield single. Breggy playing fairly deep and waited for that ball to come to him instead of charging, and it cost Norwell a base runner. So an infield single for Aguilar to lead off the inning. Anthony Reynolds, the batter, struck out swinging to lead off the offense for Marion. Bottom of the first, takes a ball low. Cox has kind of settled down a little bit after a rocky first and a struggling second. Oh, a check swing, and Reynolds went around. Went too far. The pitch was low. Ball and strike. That's off the plate. 2 balls and a strike. Christian takes a look at the runner at first. It's Aguilar, and the pitch is grounded foul towards third, towards the Norwell dugout. The Knights have normally been in that third base dugout. Here at Belmont, the Braves take the first base dugout, so a little bit of a unique situation. 2-2 off speed, and Reynolds strikes out for the second time. He took a wave at it. The pitch finished inside. 1 is gone here in the third, and Allgood will step in. Brock popped up to Kohler, shallow center his first time up. Aguilar has some speed, and this pitch is popped up. Again, shallow center, right at Kohler, 2 are out. And so, pretty similar spot. The last one was to the left of the second base bag. This one to the right. And so Aguilar will still hold it first. No damage done so far. Norwell still leading by a margin of 5-0, and Wagner steps in. He struck out swinging to end the first inning. First pitch he sees, off speed, grounded to the right side. Ooh, it's picked by House. A great defensive play. He'll step on the bag as he ranged to his right onto a knee, and will end the inning. On 1 pitch, Wagner is out. We are through 3 complete. It's Norwell 5, Marion 0. This is Norwell Baseball on WellsCountyVoice.com. Okay, welcome back to Belmont. We have some defensive changes. Marion has a new hurler on the mound. It'll be the lefty, Ethan Dixon, who is another solid arm for the Giants. Has a record of 1-0 rather. 2.75 ERA, 24 strikeouts, 17 walks. Not a bad line at all in 23rd innings through 8 games on the year. Caleb Kohler will lead things off for the Knights. Trey Cox goes to third for Marion now. That pitch is outside. The first offering off the left arm of Dixon. throws significantly slower than the starter, Trey Cox. And Russell is out of the game because of the changes for Marion. Kohler out in front, pops it up, and it's out of play. First base side, a ball and a strike. 5 runs on 7 hits, 4 left for Norwell through 3. No runs, 2 hits in air, 3 left for Marion. And the 1-1 to Caleb again pops up, first base side, out of play. So Dixon, the lefty, a lengthy pitcher, and not all that many lefties. Sometimes you struggle to see lefties in the high school game. Not real common. So now both pitchers in the ball game at this point are lefties, with Bohetta still on the mound for Norwell. That's a breaking ball, 59 feet in the dirt. We're obstructed from the bullpen here at Belmont, so we can't tell whether Norwell has anybody up. Although I have to imagine with 48 pitches for Bohetta, considering the plan coming into Friday, he's got to be close to being done. Little chopper towards third, going to be a tough play. Picked by Cox, throw to first, up the line, and Kohler's going to take the turn. He's going to try for second as it goes to the fence. This will be a single and an error. Ground ball single, E5 on the play, and Kohler's in scoring position. So Kohler is now 3 for 3 in the ball game, 2 doubles and a single, and he's in scoring position for the 3rd time today as well. And Garrett Waybright will stand in, and I gotta believe that Waybright's probably gonna be bunting in this situation. Bunted the last time as a squeeze play and got a bunt single out of it. And the third baseman's playing behind the bag. You've got a bunt here, I think. That pitch is down. Very surprised at the no call here, letting Garrett hit. Of course, it is a 5-0 ball game. But still, the third baseman, Cox, is playing behind the bag with a runner at second. Dixon takes a ball, or issues a ball. Well, that was an interesting move. Kohler could have been on the move there. That was, I think, kind of fooled him. He crossed that leg back over, and if he had gone to second, it would have been a balk. The 2-0, now the slide step. That's low, and it's 3 balls and no strikes to Waybright. Yeah. 3-0 to Waybright. Fastball. Get me over variety at the knees. Call it strike. Split the plate in half. Glasgow waits on deck for Norwell. Good scoring opportunity here. Leadoff man in scoring position. And then Ian Clark here to bat in the 4th inning. There's strike 2 called right at the belt. So he's worked back to get himself into a full count with nobody out. A runner at second base for the Knights. Payoff pitch. Fastball high, but fouled straight back, and Garrett stays alive. Probably would have been ball 4. It's a good at bat by Waybright. He's worked the count full. He's seen 6 pitches, fouled off 1, took the first 3 for balls low, and another pitch was high. That was definitely ball 4. And here is Belden Glasgow, not before the catcher has a quick word. That's, I believe, still Jaquan Reeves out there from Marion. It is. Belden steps in from the left side as the quick meeting has concluded. It's a ball low. Kohler trying to steal third, and they got him. Caleb is out at third on trying to steal. Trey Cox was playing off the bag. Andy McLean trying to steal a base and runs a base runner off the bags. And now the bases are empty and 2 are out. Well, an aggressive call by Andy McLean. Don't think this has been called all that well. There's been some decisions here in this inning, and as far as from a coaching standpoint, I mean, we're talking about a runner at second with nobody out. You let Wade Wright, your best bunter, swing away and pop up, and then you get Kohler caught stealing at third. So has not been all that well executed of an inning offensively for the Knights. Just outside, 2-1 to Glasgow, but he hits now with the bases empty. That's well out, and it's 3-1. Tried a fastball, could not find the outside edge. It was a leadoff single and an error, putting Kohler in scoring position and tagged out at third. The 3-1 foul ball as was just nicked, but Reeves could not hold on, and it drops to the dirt. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nearly an hour into the ball game, top of the fourth. Norwell leads 5-0 here in this first sectional game. Had a good opportunity in the second and wasted it. That's outside. Oh, now they say Belden went around on the swing. That was a very late ball. Now, wait a minute. I don't know what the call was there, but the catcher, Jaquan Reeves, dropped the baseball, and Belden did not appear to go around. So there's some confusion there by Bob Ratchlow. Did not make a sound call. Lot did not go right in that half inning for Norwell. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. Knights leading 5-0 on WellsCountyVoice.com. Welcome back to Belmont. We're in the bottom of the fourth. Knights leading 5-0. Tyrus Brown will lead things off for the Giants here, be followed by Cox and Reeves, and Christian Bohada's back to the mound for his 4th inning of work. And first pitch he deals is a ball low. 21 balls, 28 strikes, 49 total. Not an efficient afternoon so far for Bohada. He has not had his best, although he still has kept the shutout intact, and he misses again. And the fact of the matter is, in the last couple innings, he's worked himself into some hitter-friendly counts, and now Marion has not taken advantage of those on the hitter's side, but have reached base a few times, and he's behind 3-0 to Brown. Brown is not a guy that's a bad guy to pitch around, though. There's a strike. At the knees. Brown, a very good hitter. Nearly 500 on the season. The 3-1. It's a ground ball. 2-hopper to first. House is right there. And he works from a 3-1 count. And will get Brown to ground out, 1 away. Tyrus Brown will dispose of the helmet, which actually that's not legal from on the field, but that's something that is hardly ever called, and that's a 3 unassisted ground out. The first pitch to the batter, Trey Cox, misses low. There's a strike call. I got you. That ground ball and thrown out at first is Cox. It was to the left side. Breggy with the throw, and that was across his body. It was a nice play as Cox was out by half a step and 2 are out. Big swing and a miss, went all the way down to a knee on the pitch. Bohada's got his chance for his first 1, 2, 3 and since the first. Another swing and a miss. Couple big swings by Jaquan Reeves, who flew out the first time up. The ball's 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases empty. Bottom of the 4th. Bohada looking for a quick inning. 5-0 Knights. And the offering. This ball is popped up a mile high to center, but well towards the fence. Kohler at the wall makes the grab. That ball was right at the track, and he leapt, I believe, he gloved it. I'm not sure if it would have been out or not, but it was right at the wall, and this is not a high fence at all. And that'll retire the side. A very deep fly out to end the inning. Reeves is gone, and we are through 4. Norwell still up 5-0 on WellsCountyVoice.com. Well, welcome back to Belmont. We're in the top of the 5th. Norwell up 5-0 here at the first quarterfinal in sectional 23. We're broadcasting off of my phone here this afternoon, so no graphics, no ads between innings, just muted. So we're very glad to be along with you here this afternoon. It's very fortunate that we're on the air. It's a strike at the knees to lead things off here in the 5th, as it was right at the knees. But Dixon is back on the mound, the lefty. 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Norwell. No runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for Marion. This is the 20th pitch for Dixon. Bohada at 59 now. And is through 4. Still not sure if there's anybody warming up for the Knights. 1-1 popped up, foul territory, and back out of play. I believe Bohada's right at the mark here, and if he goes another batter, then his day will be finished. Well, shouldn't say that. His day, he would not be available Friday, I guess, would be the situation there. Too many pitches in the IHSAA pitch count, which came about last year. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Clark, as it was a fastball that missed well above the eye level of Ian. Bohada Breggy due up here in this 5th inning. Oh, big breaking ball. Clark just fouls it off. And just caught a piece of it. That was way out in front of the plate. I have no idea how he got a piece of that. Bounce to the backstop. A ton of break to that pitch. So he stays alive and gets another chance here. Pitch number 6 of the at-bat. The 2-2 fastball. It's a jam job towards the first baseman as he got him right up on the handle, handcuffed him, and he popped it out to Jaden Fisher at first. 1 away here in the 5th. We've moved on at a nice clip here since the second inning. The first 2 innings took nearly 45 minutes, and now we're at 65 minutes, and so which basically means less than 20 minutes to get through the third and fourth combined. It's a fastball low. Bohanna had squared to bunt, but the pitch was in the dirt. Christian, not a guy that bunts a ton, but we've seen him get it down successfully a few times this year, usually in sacrifice situations, not bunting for a hit. This ball too high, likely to bunt off with the 2-0 count. Jaquan Reeves again out to Ethan Dixon to have a conversation, talking to him about how they're going to attack Christian here. He's 0 for 2 today. Ground out, fly out so far this afternoon. Winner will play Jay County or Mississinewa here in the first semifinal Friday. 2-0 to Christian. Big bender called strike. That was a slow breaking pitch. That was not that far away from being an eephus pitch. I'm serious. That was way below the normal. There's another slow breaking ball called strike 2, top of the zone. And it has fooled Bohanna twice. He's a guy, maybe the most patient hitter on the team. He's walked a team best 14 times on the year. Likes to take 2 strikes sometimes. And the pitch. There's a fastball that ran high, and it's 3-2. Braggy waits on deck. 1 out, bases empty. The Knights have only had a couple of hits since the second inning. It's been very quiet on both ends since that time. The payoff pitch. Ground ball, it's a comebacker. It got past the glove of the pitcher. All good from a knee at second, and the throw is not in time. I think he pulled his foot. I think it'll be an infield single for Bohanna. That was going to be a tough play. We'll see what's officially ruled. And it's going to be an error. So it's going to be E4. All that is the third Marion error of the ball game. Norwell still clean defensively so far, which is something that we saw a number of times at the first half of the season. Oh, there's another error as Ethan Dixon throws it away. Bohanna turning, and he's waved around towards third. The ball got all the way into the bullpen at the fence, and Bohanna's going to have an extra 2 bases, each base on the E4, and takes third on the E1. Wow. So now the 4th Marion error. It's a Marion team that struggles a little bit defensively, but not much more than the average team. Run-of-the-mill number of errors on the year, and they have not looked good defensively here tonight. There's a fastball missed outside. Dixon, not a hard thrower, really relies on the off-speed pitch, but can't throw it that often because he's been behind in a lot of counts. Garrison drove in 2 runs in the top of the first, and he flies this one down the line and right. This ball is way deep towards the wall, and that ball is gone. A 2-run blast off the bat of Garrison Braggy gets his 6th and 7th RBIs of the 6th and 7th runs, his 3rd and 4th RBIs, his 2nd homer of the year, and it's 7-0 Norwell. He pulled that ball, and it was right over the flag here in right, and that was a pretty no-doubter. He blasted that one. No wind, so not assisted at all. And so the error essentially cost Marion a run there, the 2 errors. They're going to pinch hit Logan House here for the 7-hitter. Logan pinch hitting for Lewison, who is 0 for 2. Logan on the year, a .250 hitter. 16 games at the plate. That pitch dives down and in to lead off the at-bat. A 2-run homer for Garrison Braggy. He's had a great night here so far. And there's the off-speed. Called a strikeout, Reg. That is a big break on the left-handed curveball from Ethan Dixon. Although it's been thrown a little harder the last couple of times. Seriously, I think he might have tried an ephus pitch earlier in the inning. There's a slower breaking ball. That one's high, and it's 2 balls and a strike to House. Finished near the belt, but crossed above the letters. A lot of late action to that breaking pitch as well. Just 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. That's sliced foul. Back to the screen. Costello awaits on deck for the Knights. Nobody is on that foul ball. Not sure where that went. But Bob Ratchlow had his mask off and searching for something. 2-2 now to Logan. There's the bender, and he swung and missed at it. And 2 are on. Pinch hit, strikeout, top of the 5th. And Costello the batter. Corbin bats for the right side. And there's the first pitch. It's lined to the left side through the hole and short for a base hit. Leidig will bat now for Norwell. He's 1 for 2, single fly out here in the ball game. Wearing to bunt with 2 outs, places it down the third base line, stops in the grass, the throw to first, not in time. A bunt single. Ethan Dixon disagrees with the call, and Leidig bunts out, or beats out a throw from Dixon. And you just never know with this Norwell team as they play small ball a lot. Leidig lays down another good one as his second single of the day. That'll put 2 runners on now with 2 outs as the Knights try to add to their 7-0 lead. And Caleb Kohler, who has doubled twice and singled in the ball game, steps in 3 for 3. He had no trouble hitting off of Trey Cox. We'll see what he can do against Dixon. First pitch as he sees is a fastball at the knees, called a strike. And so Norwell needs a couple of more to finish this thing off early. There's a spin again as he broke that leg back. He just kind of changes up moves. That's not a bad thing to do, but if you're a base runner and you see that, you got to be breaking immediately into your secondary because once Dixon crosses that leg over, he can't go back to second or it's a balk. A ball and a strike to Kohler with 2 outs. That's down and away. 2 balls and a strike. Hitters count to Kohler, and he's been in them all night long. He led off the ball game with a double, came around to score top of the 1st. He gave Norwell a 1-0 lead at the time. Speed, Kohler did not go. He was able to hold. It was a late hold. And I think they're going to ask, and they do appeal down to first. But it was ruled that Kohler did not go around. So it's 3-1. Waybright waits on deck if Kohler can reach here with 2 out. And a hitter's count. Here's the 3-1. And it's in the dirt. That is ball 4, and the bases are juiced full of Knights. Garrett Waybright will stand in, and he has struggled a little bit. He had the bunt single on the squeeze, but other than that, he hasn't done anything. Ground out, fly out. 6-3, popped up to the second baseman. Coach McLean having a quick word with his batter before he steps into the box. And there's no way they're going to squeeze with 2 outs. Dixon's going to come out of the wind. So a bigger lead for the base runners. Fastball, couple strikes, split the plate in half right at the knees.
Well, I'm just saying that winner comes up here,
Garrett has a chance to kind of get off the schneid in the ball game and really break things open. The 0-1. Called strike 2. That was the pitch to hit. Garrett could not pull the trigger, and now he's behind. And I can almost guarantee you Dixon's going to come back with that slow breaking ball. We'll see if anybody can get anything on it. The 0-2 pitch. There it is. Swings and misses, but the pitch gets away and goes to the backstop. The throw down to first is not in time, and he throws it into right field. 2 runs are going to score on the play, and the Knights get 2 more, and things come apart for Marion. That is just demoralizing as Ethan Dixon struck out Waybright on 3 pitches, but a wild pitch third strike scores 2 runs, and it's 9-0. Wild pitch third strike, E2 on the play as he tried to throw it to first. And here's Belden Glasgow. He takes a strike on the outer edge. That's the 5th Marion error of the ball game. And Norwell is a base runner away from having a potential to end this thing early. That pitch is low. A ball and a strike to Glasgow. 49 pitches for Dixon already. 4 runs across. It's been Norwell's biggest inning so far. After 3 in the first, 2 in the second. Nothing in the third or fourth. That's off the end of the bat, spun foul, and back to the backstop, and he's behind 1-2. Number of Norwell baseball alumni in attendance tonight. Belden has reached twice, single, intentional walk, strikeout last time, 1-2. That misses high. The pitch slipped out of Dixon's hands. Tried to get on top of the breaking ball, and it never found the zone.
Come on, Belden.
Dixon still out of the line with 2 runners in scoring position. Off speed, well out, and it'll fill the count at 3-2. Hour and 17 minutes into the ball game. Norwell up 9-0 in the first game of the sectional. Waybright leads away from second, Kohler from third. A free base open at first, and he lines this one to right field. It's going to drop for a base hit. Waybright being waved around. The throw's going to come to the plate. It's a 2-run single, and Glasgow takes second on the throw, and the Knights lead 11-0 and are now 3 outs away from a victory. So Norwell has a chance to get out of here early now tonight. And Clark has a chance to widen the Norwell gap here. It is now a 6-run fifth. Everything has just come apart for Marion here in the inning. A 5-0 ball game, you still are in it, and now it's 11-0. Once you gave up the 2 runs, it was 7-0, and boy, you're thinking that you're kind of the candle's burning at the bottom of the wick. But after the drop third pitch strikeout, and Waybright took first, and then they took second on the play as 2 runs came around to score after the drop third, wild pitch, and then the air is all but over. It's a ball and a strike to Clark as he swung and missed at the pitch. Dixon has mixed in that balk move, is what we're going to call it here, so far in the ball game as he's crossed that leg. This time he comes with a slide step, and Clark pops it up again. He's gotten under a couple of baseballs so far. This is shallow center. The shortstop, Logan Wagner, to the left of the second base bag, cruises back to make the catch, and the side is finally retired. Norwell comes up, runs on 5 hits. There were 3 Marion errors in the inning, and they leave 1. We go to the bottom of the 5th. The Knights are 3 outs away from the sectional win, and we'll go to the bottom of the 5th. This is baseball on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network. Well, here we go to the bottom of the fifth. Bohat is still on the mound, so will now be officially unavailable for Friday's ball game, which will likely be against Jay County, but could be against Mississinawa. That'll be the outcome of that one. Jay County, the heavy favorite in that one. He'll face the leadoff batter, Ethan Dixon, who came into the ball game a couple innings ago for Riley Russell, despite going to the mound. Starts things off with a swing and a miss. We're an hour and 21 minutes in. 11 runs, 12 hits for Norwell. No runs, 2 hits, 5 errors for Marion. He's behind a 7th straight fastball. It's 0-2. And I got to believe in this situation, Bohat going to come back with another fastball. We'll see what Clark calls here. Quickly into the line. There it is, but he missed it away. So not a bad pitch by Christian. 62 pitches for Bo here in the bottom of the fifth. 1-2. That's in the dirt. And now you got to come back with a fastball. Dixon's been nowhere close to the first two. Ethan is a 188 hitter on this season, so struggling in the average department. The 2-2. Fastball just low. Dixon is not going to swing the bat here. And it's 3-2. There's no way you can walk him here. And there's the swing and a miss. And Dixon is out of there. So the pitch was actually a little out and in, but Dixon chased it. So 1 out. And the Knights now 2 out away. Jaden Fisher will step in for the Giants. Fisher flew out to right his first time up. That's his only bat, as Marion's just making their second way through the lineup so far tonight. Strike call, very top of the zone, just above the belt. And the second pitch misses just low. Christian, a senior, and hopefully not getting his last start of the career here. There's a check swing, and Fisher did not go. The pitch was in the dirt. It was close, to say the least, but Fisher was able to hold. 2 balls and a strike. Knights, as that one's fouled off. They would say this one is probably in the bag, but you got to start thinking about Friday night now, and it's likely going to be Caden Mann on the mound for the Knights. And probably pull Lewison in relief if they need him. 2-2. Fastball grounded towards the shortstop. This is going to be a tough play. It's nearly stopped in the grass, but the throw to first is in time. And Fisher, who does not have a lot of speed, is out 6-3, and 2 are gone. That ball just died as a thick infield grass. It was a roller. Dre Aguilar. Aguilar has a lot of speed. He beat out a pretty routine ground ball to short his first time up. The Knights are 1 out away from a victory. Starts him off with a pitch down and inside, and Aguilar swings and misses at it. Christian looking for a run rule shortened complete game. That's fouled back, and the Knights are a strike away. They lead it 11-0. We're in the bottom of the fifth. Norwell looking to advance to the semifinal Friday night at 5:30 against the winner of Jay County, Mississinawa. The 0-2 pitch, it's in the dirt, and Aguilar's able to hold. Well, this game is definitely quickened after the first and second innings. Nearly took 45 minutes. 1-2 just low. Picked off the dirt by Clark. That pitch was about shin level. Another fastball. Aguilar's not a bad hitter. 308. Got good speed, so late time is called as Bohat was into the line too quick. Called off by Bob Ratchlow. And so he's back to work now on the rubber for the 2-2. That's down and in, and it'll fill the count. Base is empty, 2 outs, bottom of the fifth, 11-0 Norwell. Payoff pitch to Dre Aguilar. Fouled off the end of the bat, first base side. Dre stays alive. Good at bat here by Aguilar.
Let's go, Bo. Keep pounding.
Norwell has out-hit Marion 12-2 today. No defensive mistakes. Marion has made 5 of them. 3-2 once more. Ground ball right back at the pitcher. Ojeda will throw to first, and the Knights win 11-0. A 5-inning victory for Norwell as they win this one by a margin of 11-0, and they will advance to the semifinal. We'll go ahead and take it as we get the final stats tallied up, and be back with the post-game show. Thank you for listening. Fly the W. The Knights win today.
Leaving already?
Welcome back to Belmont as we are wrapping things up after the 11-0 Norwell victory. We'll quickly run through the Norwell stats and hopefully have a better production for you on Friday night. But again, just happy that this one could be on the air. The hits from Norwell came from Caleb Kohler in the leadoff spot. 3 for 3, a double. Actually, 2 doubles, a single, an RBI, scored twice. Garrett Wainwright, 1 for 4, with a bunt single and scored. Belton Glasgow, 2 for 3, 2 singles, 3 driven in, and a run scored. Garrison Breggy, 2 for 3, a single, a homer, 4 RBI, and a run scored. Corbin Costello was 2 for 2, a single and a double, scored twice. And Levi Leidig was 2 for 3 with a single, a bunt single, and scored twice. Christian Bohanna gets the complete game victory, his 7th win of the season, a run rule shortened victory, but nevertheless a complete game. 5 innings of work, 77 pitches, 45 of them were strikes, and gave up just 2 hits, walked just 1, and struck out 4. A nice outing for the win. Marion got just 2 hits on the day. They came from Tyrus Brown, who was 1 for 2 with a single, and Dre Aguilar was 1 for 2 with a single. That's all Marion got offensively. Trey Cox went just 3 innings. He's going to be charged with the loss on 46 pitches. Gave up 3 earned runs, 5 total on 7 hits, walked 1, intentionally walked another, and struck out 1. Ethan Dixon came on in relief and struggled mightily. In 2 innings, gave up 6 runs, but only 1 was earned on 5 hits, walked 1, and struck out 3. Norwell got 3 in the first, 2 in the second, and 6 in the fifth, for a game total of 11 runs on 12 hits, no errors, and 5 left on base. Marion with 0s through their 5 innings offensively, just 2 hits on the day, 5 defensive errors, and left 3 aboard. Today's game time was 1 hour, 26 minutes, so after complaining the first 2 innings, we all get our wish, and the Knights go home early with a victory. We'll be back online with you Friday night, 5:30 start time. For Jay County and Mississinewa. The winner of that game will play in the first semifinal against Norwell at 5:30 Friday night. Until then, thank you for bearing with us through the technical struggles. Really think that we're going to have a better broadcast for you on Friday night. But until then, on behalf of the entire Wells County Boys crew, this is Derek Decker saying so long and God bless.